welcome back for today. This is the bumper that was in the back of this truck. I really don't think it's the factory bumper to this, but I actually really do like it on here. We're going to be heading to a scrapyard that is filled with old vehicles here coming up, and it's kind of a rarity here in Ontario. So I'm thinking it's about time that we pull the front end of this truck apart. Excuse me. And what I'm talking about is hood, fenders, grill, radiator, get everything out. So like simple as like a little hood latch thing. If I could find like a hood latch system there, because this one here obviously has nothing. Maybe a new grill. I'd really like to try to find a different grill for this. I'm not a big fan of the grill that wraps around, especially since it's welded to the body and that it's been brutally murdered up here. Or if I find the same grill in better condition, maybe I'll pick up a new one. I don't know. But what I'm saying is we need to get the front of this truck apart and go from there. I'm not going to be doing any body work to these fenders. I really should, because it's not good body work, but I don't really want to. As for the suspension, I really like how the suspension sits. I just ordered a whole bunch of new leaf spring brackets that are going to be actually much nicer and much easier to put on than these ones that I have. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be marking where these are. I know where it is in the wheel wells. That's why we did all the measurements and everything with the wheel wells on there and the fenders. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be marking everything, getting our new suspension parts from TMR Customs, moving everything to where we wanted it, and then welding it. Because I just wanted to make sure it looked good where I wanted it before I took the fenders off. So my goal for today is to have front bumper off, fenders, hood, grill, rad support, radiator, right down to basically just the front end of this truck completely gone. So a lot of this has been like welded together, and I really wouldn't suggest taking a mini grinder to cut off your fenders, but we're going to have to do that. So the grill is welded to the fender here. We have like a fence post bracket down here that I'm probably just going to cut all the bolts. And then I don't know if you can see this on camera. I think you can, but the fender is actually welded to the running boards. So we're going to be replacing all of that. But first piece to come off is the front bumper. I wish the rest of it came apart that easy. And with the front end of this truck off, it is going to be easier to weld everything because I can be able to get in there and get nice spots and welds and everything. And it is going to be nicer. I just wanted to have everything marked out where I wanted to with the fenders. That way I knew that it would be the desired look that I wanted. I still want to go ahead just a bit because when you put pressure on it, the tire moves back quite a bit. So we just want to move that ahead about an inch and a half. And then when the weight's on it, it's going to look beautiful. So yeah, let's get this thing up. Well, let's get this thing torn down. Not up, down, torn down. Well, guys, we had some friends come over, and I got some help, and they didn't want to be on film. I'm sorry, but we got everything off. I did have to cut probably a dozen bolts with the torch to get them off, just because they were spinning. They wouldn't be held on with vice grips. We got a TV mounted out here. We're trying to get Google Chrome out here so I can maybe watch some YouTube channels while I'm out here in the garage. But that being said, we got the whole front end off. And the next thing is the radiator. So I'd like to see if this thing has any fluid in it. I think we're going to have to put some heat to that. Let's see if we can get some fluid out of this thing. So I don't know if this thing's going to have any fluid in it. It's probably sat for probably 20 years. Oh. My goodness. I think there's water in it. I've got like 6 or 7 drips. Oh, is there anything? Maybe it's just pressure. Guys, there's... Ugh. I think that was full of spiders. That was dumb. That was definitely full of spiders. That was stupid. Well, after figuring out that there's no water in this radiator, just dead spiders, we're going to be taking the radiator and rad support out. Skipped my mind there for a bit. All I'm thinking about is spiders. But yeah, we're going to be popping this out. One thing I do notice is the quality of parts on this thing. Like even these hose clamps. Some high quality hose clamps. I know you guys are going to say that, oh, it's just because you're used to today's things all made in China and stuff. It is. It's, you know, stuff these days is not really built to last. And a lot of people say, well, 50s vehicles weren't really built to last either. My argument to that is this thing is from the 50s, and it's still in great shape today. And people say, oh, you know, you haven't seen a 2000s car that's 70 years old, but like look at these gear clamps. I don't know if they make anything like this anymore, but they're super large. You can get a flathead in them beautifully. The bands are good, the threads are good, the whole bottom clamp is good. It's like a much heftier, better design of gear clamps. And all someone's going to say they're just gear clamps. You're right, they are just gear clamps. But the problem is, it's not a problem, but the fact of the matter is everything on this truck is legitimately built to last. The hood latches, the wiring's a little shitty, but what else? This oil bath, like you never had to buy an air filter for this thing when this thing was on the road. You would just repeatedly clean it and put new oil in it, because this is an air oil bath, which means the air gets bubbled through oil to make sure that you have clean air going into your truck. You just got to make sure you put oil in it. But like these hose clamps, I know I'm going off on a damn tangent, but like just the quality of stuff used to be so much better. Like these hose clamps are all coming undone. I buy hose clamps from brand new from not Giant Tiger, but Princess Auto, and I don't even get one use out of them because they strip before they're even tight. These things are coming undone. I think I was born in the wrong generation. Do you guys think you were born in the wrong generation? I think if I was born in 45 after the war, grew up in the 50s, experienced the 60s cars, and then had money in the 70s, when all these 70s cars were coming out, I think I would have been a much happy camper. Not saying the 60s and 70s didn't have the problems, but I think the cars were like the pinnacle of beauty and easy to work on, reliable. I don't know. I'm just nostalgic for a different time and era that I wasn't around for. Ah, there was shit in it! Oh! Oh, well. What is this? Oh. Oh, I'm soaked. At least it's antifreeze. At least it's antifreeze. We got the whole thing torn down pretty much to a nutshell. This is one of the very first times, maybe the second or third time in my career, where I've come across an engine that actually has a crank to start. So I don't think this engine is any good. No, I think she's seized. So, what we're going to do, probably tomorrow, is we're probably going to take the cap off. I think that's just about it for today. My TV is done updating. That's the whole reason I came back out of the garage at midnight tonight, was trying to get this TV to hook up to the new Google Chrome I bought. So what we have to do tomorrow is we're going to disconnect some more wiring, lift this thing up, and then maybe get the motor transmission out ready to come out. I think it's going to be a good job.